I love the Litchi Waypoint Mission feature. It allows you to create a waypoint mission in your home on your big computer if you have one, and it allows you to virtually fly that mission before you come out in the real world, allowing you to tweak it every time you fly it virtually and see, oh, I could be changing that, I could be changing that. It allows you to do that until you have the absolute perfect flight, and then come out and you can do that flight. Maven also has a waypoint mission feature, but it's not quite as good as Litchi's in my opinion, because you can't pre-program it on your computer at home. You have to program it on the device that you're going to be attaching to your controller that you're going to be out flying with. But there's a workaround that will allow you to pre-program on your big computer at home a waypoint mission feature and then fly it using the Maven app. I programmed a Litchi Waypoint mission a few weeks ago, and I came out to this exact spot and I flew right over there, over the site of the old Dark Sky Observatory here near Lochdoon. Using Maven to fly a waypoint mission that you have programmed into Litchi is quite easy actually. All you have to do is save that file in a format that Maven can read, and then what I do is I just airdrop that file straight onto the device that I'm going to be flying when I get out into the field. Once you're out in the field, you just start up the Maven app and load in the mission that you saved and transferred over to your device. Is there going to be any difference between a waypoint mission that you have programmed in Litchi and use Litchi to fly it, with a waypoint mission that you have programmed in Litchi but use Maven to fly it? Let's find out. So I'll open up Maven, and I have Lassie, my DJI Mini 2, right here with me. So we tap to start, or rather, if I click on the waypoint, here's the mission that I created with Litchi, but saved in a format that Maven would read, airdropped over to my iPhone from my Mac computer, and I'm now going to load up the Dark Skies Resolution Mission 5, which is exactly the same as the one that I flew last week. I'll also leave a link to that mission that I flew a couple of weeks ago at the end of this video. So here we have the mission. So let's get Lassie started. Start recording. Make sure she's in 4K 30, which she is. And start recording. And let's launch. So there she goes. Up to the start point. Flying off towards waypoint 2.
You have me, and I have you. That's enough to paint lonesome black and blue. Yeah, I have you, and you have me. That puts a bow up in the sky, tells the rain to cease. We've had up, and we've had down. We've had warm nights, we've gone round and round. What I know, this much is true. There ain't a color in the rainbow that shines like you. So let's carve our names into this tree, then lay beneath the beauty of her leaves. Will the birds and the bees seem to agree that we're strong as a maple and twice as sweet? We've had ups and we've had downs. We've had warm nights,
here's the Litchi Mission, and you can see the altitude I have set it to fly at 30 metres, but I've got it to follow the ground. And at every waypoint, the altitude is still 30, but because I've got it above the ground, it means that as the ground rises, so is the altitude of the Mini 2. So here's the CSV file that I exported when I created the Waypoint Mission using Litchi, so that I could import it into Maven. And you can see here that the altitude is set to 30 metres, which is the same as it was in Litchi. But there is nowhere to show that it's going to be following the ground. So it seems like the feature that allows you to follow the ground when you're creating a Litchi Waypoint Mission doesn't export into the CSV file. So therefore, when you transfer that file into Maven, it won't be following the ground.
There ain't a tree with any leaf that roots me like you. I've gone east, west, inward and out. For me, I know this much is true. There ain't a single direction that don't point to you.
It actually looks like she's a lot lower this time. I'm not happy with that.
Mission stop.
I'm not happy with that at all. I'm going to cancel that mission. And bring her back. So it looks to me like although you can import a Litchi Waypoint Mission into Maven, when you fly it, there's something not quite right. And it looks to me like it could possibly be because although I set it in Litchi to follow the ground, to stay at the same height above the ground, Maven doesn't recognise that, and Maven wasn't increasing Lassie's altitude as the ground got higher. So a good lesson learned. If you want to use a waypoint mission using Maven, go ahead. You're taking your chances. I recommend using Litchi for waypoint missions. You can create them at home, you can virtually fly them, so incidents like that can be foreseen and can be avoided by wee tweaks. Thanks for watching. Give us a wee thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.